The other gig was, and this was a really good gig till one guy burnt me and I learned a really good lesson. The other gig basically was that one of my profs, I was playing tennis with him once. He's my marketing prof. And we were just talking, we were just hanging out. And he said, you know what, there's a lot of guys in business school, Rotman School, that they're postgrad students, they need a lot of data, and basically you need to get this data from the library because it's on microfiches and it's all old data. So now you photocopy that data, then you input it into Excel because, whatever. Then you give it to these guys and then they do whatever fancy stuff they do on top of it, right?
Right.
And so he's like, man, it's really killing a lot of my students because now they're doing their PhDs or whatever, and now they got to go do this stupid thing, right? It's not really value add if you think about it, right?
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. So how much do they get paid for this? They're like, yeah, we give them like a $10,000, $12,000 grant per whatever, 6 months or what, I don't know, some 4 or 6 months time. So I did the math. I was like, okay, if this guy goes to the library for 3 or 4 hours a day, which is kind of dumb, he shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. And he's got 10 or 12 grand, then he's billing out to himself at like something like $15 an hour.
Right.
Right. Well, how about I bill him at $14 an hour and I can get a whole bunch of people that live in my res, the girls that I knew and the guys that I knew, and I could have them do this for like $9 an hour. Right. What do you think about that? And he's like, yeah, but you have to be reliable. And I was. So I did that for like a few years. But this one guy once, I made a big mistake. This one guy, I'm not going to say his name. I hate this guy. He basically took a lot of work. He was doing all right. And then he completely did not drop the ball on these 2 big projects. And that's why our business kind of went sideways for a little while.
Yeah.
So I learned a big lesson in life that way. But yeah, that was pretty sweet because for doing no work at all, I was making $5 to $10 an hour.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I felt like I was on top of the world because the biggest thing was I was not doing any work.
Yeah.
It was forwarding an email.
Yeah.
Which is like the greatest productivity hack on the planet.
I think there's a lot of people who kind of outsource their own work. That's definitely a trend that's been picking up.
Yeah, but you realize this was also at a very localized level. So this wasn't like
you were still, it wasn't like massive.
This was also like 2005, 2006. You understand? There's no Upworks here. None of that shit is happening.